Hi there. My name's Isaiah for those of you who don't know me, and I am a longtime user of this app. It's called Todoist. Let me show you their website real quick. Basically, Todoist is one of your classic and iconic to-do list apps that is compatible across a wide variety of different platforms. Let's show their website to do, or to start with, to do. Yes, to do is to show their website. They've been around quite a while. They are very polished, I would say, very premium, and they work across pretty much any device you could want them to work across. As you can see, desktop, Android, iOS, wearables, browsers. I guess no Linux support, but yeah, you can use it in the browser, so technically you can use it on Linux too, in case you find yourself in that category of productive Linux users, which I'm sure there are many. Anyways, I digress from showing the basics. So for me today, I am currently a subscriber to Todoist, and I'm a subscriber on the Pro Legacy plan, you can see. Um, and basically, I wanted to document my journey from Pro Legacy up to the new Pro plan. And I'm really excited about they just introduced a goals feature, so I want to show that off. That's something I, as a Pro Legacy user, was really curious about. And I wanted to, before I upgraded, understand that better. But I figured, why not go for it, make this video, and maybe other people in my position can watch this video or discover it or stumble upon it and maybe see whether it feels worth it to them. So as you can see, there's some other features. It's not actually advertising the feature I want to talk about today, but I will show off Ramble as well, which you already get some. I forget how many rambles I get, but that's a great feature as well. I'll show off quickly later in the video. But let's just show the basics to us. Again, this is just using my old Pro Legacy plan, which is plenty good already. So it looks like I got stuck here. We'll just go in, create a blank demo project, so I'm not showing you off all my personal reminders. And Todoist has some great hotkeys built in on the desktop mode. Hit Q, for example, and we can start typing a task. And the thing I really like the most about Todoist is the natural language processing for due dates and reminders. So you can see I can say, make a video walkthrough of Todoist's features. And I can just say, tomorrow at 5 p.m. That's 6 p.m. at 5. I don't even need to say 5. It infers 5 a.m. Or I can say 5 p. and it looks good. And so you hit enter to create that. And there's a ton of stuff I can add here. I can add subtasks. It's in one of my projects. I can use the due date, the deadline, the priority. I can add labels. You can see I have quite a few. And when it reminds me about this, so it is set at 5, it'll remind me at 4:30. You can add a location here, that's super handy, or a description, or I can even attach files, which is very handy. Anyway, plenty of great features here, but without further ado, let's jump into that upgrade. So anyway, we'll see how long this will take. I might pause the video to get upgraded, but we will see, So subscription, here we go, moment of truth, we're upgrading to Pro. So again, you can see they provide a generous legacy plan at $36 a month. However, looks like that will bump me up to $60. I apologize, $36 a year. Now I'm going to be paying $60 a year for some more AI features, and that's worth it to me. I'm definitely a AI forward user, but I would say if you were in my shoes and you really just wanted the, essentials and the important kind of core of the product, I think you would be well served to stay in the $36 a year tier. But not me, and I really want to make this video anyway, so it's kind of a driving force and excuse to upgrade. So let's go, and hopefully it doesn't show off my sensitive payment info. Great. Looks like it's not showing off a lot. I don't mind that at all. And this might be fast and quick, so let's hit confirm. All right, that took a minute, but not too many minutes. And we should be good to go. Let's see, let's go back to Todoist, and interesting, hasn't refreshed yet. What I'm gonna do here is just quit the app and open the app again and see if it figures itself out. Okay, let's hop out of that. That's just my personal reminders. Hopefully you didn't see anything too revealing there. but it is what it is. Anyway, and if we check upgrade, we should now be on, yes, the modern pro plan. So that's great, and that should mean we have access to the goals feature now, which I've never tried before. So here will be a very, very first look at that. So let's see how we find it, for instance. Might be an optional feature or an experimental feature we have to turn on. So let's just look here and see what we can do. General, experimental features are already on. Okay, interesting. I'm not sure why we're not seeing it then. It should be just showing up in the left. So what I'm gonna do is just synchronize, see if that helps. Okay, looks like it didn't. Again, it's kind of an niche case where I had the app open and I was on the old plan, so I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. What I'm gonna do is try just logging out here and then log back in and see what happens. And again, if I can't show it here, I should be able to show it to you in the browser, which should have the most recent version of their web app. But let's hope we get lucky. Fantastic, that's goals. Let's hop back into the demo space instead, and let's make a new goal. And let's say, we will say share Todoist with the world, or at least with YouTube. Make content to tell people more about Todoist, because it's a great app that I really enjoy, and I like making content about productivity tools. Okay, a little wordy on the goal, but it's my goal, whatever. Okay, and we just added this goal, and basically, Todoist is obviously more of a daily task tracker app, but the goals now let you essentially inform where your tasks are going, essentially. So you can see now I can say, upload the YouTube video for Todoist, and I should be able to tag that with a goal. The question is how I do that, which like I said, have never used the goals feature before, so we will have to see. Let's open our inbox, and interesting. I'm not seeing an easy way to add this goal, so let's go back. Again, you can see I also have projects, which is another way to break down your tasks, but goals, you can have multiple goals per project. Let's try right-clicking and seeing what we can do here. Goal, there we go. Add to that. Okay, so now if we go back to our goal, you can see we're 0% of the way, but we can see all of our tasks linked to the goal. That's fantastic. And that makes sense. I believe you can, in fact, have a shared Todoist plan or workspace. I just use it for my personal use, so it's just my personal Todoist. I'm not sharing it with anyone, but great feature if you're on a team and you need a nice minimalist but very comprehensive task tracking app. So yeah, it looks like we have a task associated with our goal. Let's create one more, and then we'll kind of wrap up this demo, and I'll show you one more thing, which is Ramble, and we'll close it out. So let's just say we will share my referral link to Todoist in the video's description. And I really would expect that I can add a goal as I'm creating it, which is confusing me why I can't, but I will figure that out maybe, hopefully later. We can only hope. But for now, we'll just do it manually. So I'm right-clicking again, adding a goal, share Todoist with the world, and now you can see we have those two tasks associated with it. I believe if we go and check this one off, even though we're not technically done yet, we can see the goal is 50% of the way done. That's very encouraging. I feel more accomplished already. So finally, there's definitely more features to Todoist, but the last one I want to show you today is Ramble, which is a dictation or AI voice recording way to create tasks. But the beauty of it is it's for someone who has a lot of tasks at once and is just trying to get them all out of their head. So I'll show you that. This may or may not work because I'm also recording, but let's try it and hope for the best. So hopefully it doesn't cut out the recording, but I am gonna see, and you'll see the results one way or the other on screen. So I need to make an appointment to go to the laundromat at 2 p.m. And then after that, I need to pick up my dry cleaning from the laundromat at 5 p.m. And finally, I need to make some pizza for dinner and have that at 9 p.m. So just let's do all those things. And you can see it auto-populated all of them, and I can just add those tasks. And it added it to my inbox. Oh, not that. And looks like, interesting, I had this one selected, but it looks like it added it to my other inbox, which is fine. But yeah, that is the ramble feature, basically a nice way to create many tasks at once with your voice. Anyway, I would say I am intrigued by the upgrade to the new Todoist tier, but definitely want to see the goals feature keep growing and maturing as it goes on. So I'll be curious to see what else they're adding. As you can see one more time, if we go back to their site, they are continuing to add new features. We can see, so if we look at the plans they offer, there is a free tier. I wanted to mention that. I'm glad I remembered that at the very end. And you can even use the ramble feature I just showed off. And yeah, it looks like there's quite a few things they're kind of showing off and pointing to for pro tier or business tier if you want to do us for a team. And yeah, if you have any questions, please let me know. If you want to try Todoist, I would love it if you use my referral link down in the comments. And thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day.